Welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. So today we're going to be talking about how emerging techs are changing our way of life. So we have an innovator, a very experienced personality in this ecosystem. He is Misha Hanin. Misha Hanin is the CEO and President Deep Dive Technology. He is also the ambassador of Government Blockchain Association in Dubai, that's United Arab Emirates. Misha, you are welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Awesome. First of all, thank you for having me on your channel.
We are talking about how emerging techs are changing our way of life, and we want you to just shed more light about this topic. So, but before we go to the topic, we just want to know a brief about you, your background, your experience.
Okay. So, simply say, I'm almost 30 years in this technology field in general. I was involved in projects around the globe, literally like from Europe, China, Australia, India, South Africa, Mexico, Brazil, United States, Canada, traveled around the world. And now I would say that I'm leading a company, group of companies, okay, that's focusing on different angles of technology, because I believe in a compound effect of approach. I have really a lot of technical background in different fields, cybersecurity, communication, cloud technology. Used to be with hands-on for many years by myself. Uh, I'm really proud to be one of just few people in the world who participated in the most prestige training that Microsoft ever did, called Microsoft Certified Masters. I received multiple awards from Microsoft, a lot of certifications from different vendors like IBM and Amazon and Microsoft, as I said. But what's really interesting in my career that I always believe that the technology is needed to help businesses to change the world. Okay, even though it
Okay.
sounds like a cliche,
Thank you very
but
much.
yeah. So
Thank you very much. Technology is needed to change the world, and you will have a lot of experience in this tech sector. So, how are you? You look at AI, you look at machine learning, you look at blockchain technology. How are they really affecting our society, having this wealth of experience all these years?
if you will ask my opinion, and I will reflect just my opinion. I believe that blockchain in general, like let's start with the blockchain. It's a foundation where we will start putting uh, things like big data, things like artificial intelligence, machine learning. All that will be interconnected at some point. Unfortunately, the adoption of this technology, especially blockchain, is not going with the speed as many of us would love to see. Okay, but my opinion that really strong about this particular technology that is going to change the world big time, bigger than internet changed the current infrastructure around us. Okay, I remember back in 19th, I was talking to people and organizations why they need internet, and it was a lot of skeptical people that said, I don't see value why I even going to be connected to internet. Can we imagine anyone today without internet? My strong opinion that blockchain is an innovation bigger than internet itself. Okay, so it definitely will change it. It's good to see that now more and more we see blockchain adoptions outside of the financial sector. And when I say financial sector, I mostly refer to crypto. a lot of people in the world know, kind of associate blockchain with crypto and believe it's synonymous. Okay, it definitely crypto has a big part in this adoption. But now we see more and more organizations, companies starting to explore blockchain, starting to do POCs and developing MVPs around blockchain, and even taking this to production. Okay, so definitely it already started to change our world. Machine learning, artificial intelligence, it's something that I even have no idea how we will move forward without having those technology embedded in our life. Okay, it's already there. We see a lot of results of this machine learning without even feeling the influence of machine learning on that. Okay, but it's definitely there, and with every moment we will see more and more adoption on that.
Okay, thank you very much. You made mention that the way you expected the blockchain adoption to occur, that is not going in that pace. That brings us to this. Nations, you said companies are adopting it, even the ones that are not into the financial sector are now adopting blockchain most especially. So how do you see nations of the world adopting blockchain and other emerging things when it comes to adoptions, not adoption, when it comes to regulations? There are some ways, one of the things that are affecting blockchain adoption most especially is regulations. So how do you see nations of the world leveraging blockchain when it comes to adoption?
It's really interesting question. It's a really interesting one. Um, I will start from the end. I do believe that time will come when nations will be interconnected by leveraging blockchain platforms. I do believe it. This moment will come. Okay, and it's probably one of few and maybe the only technology that will allow to do that. Okay, keeping in mind all the regulations, different law, different requirements in different countries, in different organizations, different policies. So blockchain definitely will be a platform leveraged by those nations. Okay, and the current situation with the COVID around the world demonstrates that nations should be interconnected. We should have much better transparency about supply chain, about communication, about the data flow. And right now we discovered, like a lot of nations, a lot of government organizations discovered that we have lack of this interconnectivity and transparency between even forget about for a second about interconnecting nations. We're having lack of transparency inside one country, inside one organization, inside one industry. Let's just take a look on simple cliche supply chain right now. Okay, it's really lacking the interconnectivity, and nations will start. Like all nations, we technically have no choice. We will be forced to start intercommunication and start data flow and start being interconnected. So definitely blockchain will be part of this. So we have no choice. When it will happen, this is another question. Okay, it might take time, and it definitely will take time. Okay, and the moment when, but it, talking about it will take time for sure. The good sign that we already see that it's happening slowly with the baby steps. It's already happening. Okay, we were, for example, talking about interconnection. I don't believe that nations will interconnect overnight on all fronts. It's not going to happen. Let's be realistic. Okay, but we do they're going to experience situations where different layers or different industries in across the globe will start interconnect. Okay, so for example, we're having discussions right now to develop interconnectivity and implement transparency for the recycling industry. Okay, where like for example, if we're talking about the plastic bottle, okay, that we want to recycle, and we're recycling it right now, let's say in New York, what really happens with this bottle down the road, where it finally gets recycled in United, somewhere else around the globe, and this plastic was converted to something else. Like how we see all this transparency. So this is how it will start happening. Like a lot of industry layers, and one day I believe we will see that we will have a global, worldwide interconnectivity on the blockchain with the data flow on the blockchain.
Okay, okay, Mr. Misha, you really did with that particular question. So we are looking at some scenarios. There have been speculations around the world that these emerging techs will displace people. When it comes to blockchain, they say it will displace the bankers, AI, and other these things. So, what are your opinions about these speculations?
It's it's interesting that you're using word speculations because I do believe some of opinions it's real speculations about that. Okay, um, and I do believe that some of the thoughts that people sharing do have ground, and some of them absolutely have no ground. Like people just boxed with the way they think. Okay, so we hear um, a lot of topics, a lot of discussions where people say like, "Oh, AI, ML will replace humans at work," and we start losing jobs. Okay, and people will have no money to even to buy food. Okay, because robots will replace our society. Apparently, it didn't happen yet, and I don't believe it will happen. Okay, it will happen in this way. Okay, so right now there's a lot of conversations and a lot of experiments actually around the globe with amazing results, and those experiments were done by multiple government agencies where we were talking about universal income. This is something that allows people to receive funds from government even without going to work. Okay, I've seen one really amazing TED topic about universal income and the future of the world when technology will be involved so heavily in our life that people like you and me wouldn't be required to work for a living. Okay, what will happen? I really encourage everybody to go to TED and find this session. Actually, the brain is proven from even psychology perspective. When a human brain is not forced constantly to think about what to eat and where to get money to buy food, after some period of time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, the level of creativity that we have in our mind will go just to the roof. Okay, and suddenly we will discover the new era of the life where we just starting to create new things. So it could be technology, it could be just an art. Okay, there's many different layers there. The good sign that this is what I personally observe. Any organizations where they embedded the technology, and we're helping to a lot of organizations around the globe embed different technology, go through the journey of digital transformation. The moment when they embed those things that they observe, oh, actually the machine now does this job faster than people do. But I don't remember any case where companies said, okay, we don't need those people anymore. We will let them go. They actually are giving them different tasks. They taking them to the different trainings, and they actually growing those people to a different level. Because by the end of the day, it's like, and this is what I don't see that a lot of people even talk about this. By the end of the day, to find good people to work in your with you, to work in your organization, it's really, really, really hard. Okay, and business that already build a team, okay, and build a team of people that work and then capable of working together and become friends and families. Believe me, the owners of those companies, executives of those organizations, they will do everything possible to keep those people together and to grow together. Okay, even though if
Okay.
machines started to do the work.
Okay, or even though
Yeah.
how, no matter how machine does the work, it cannot really be a human. So, to the last question before we draw the curtain for today's interview. You've been in this space and you've been here for a long time, and you have your own company. You are the CEO and president of Deep Dive Tech. How are you making impact in the ecosystem with your company?
It's actually a good topic. Like it's good about making the impact. Okay, um, the way we operate and the way we see that we bring value to the society is really by leveraging our expertise and our knowledge to to develop and bring real tangible value. I'm not in a business just to make a buck. Okay, it's not our idea and not our no, not our desire. Okay, we I'm really proud that I have a team of like extraordinary professionals. Okay, and we get involved in multiple projects around the globe. And I really think that the reason we get selected by many organizations to help them with the digital transformation is because they're our passion. We understand the technology and we understand how technology can bring the value to organization, okay, to change the ROI, to make processes more efficient, to get to the point that the society benefits from the results of the organization that works with us. So it's kind of the chain of changes and chain of adoptions. And with our experience dealing with multiple layers of organizations and multiple businesses, especially knowing even the culture of different countries, how they do business, how they interact, what's important in this country, what the value that in particular region people want to see from an organization. When we know that, we stepping in by studying the environment, studying the business, studying the desire, and by we really leveraging our knowledge from technology. And we kind of we try we if you will we're trying to bridge the gap between technology and the business and society, because sometimes those two sides not aligned. Okay, the technical people talking about something that business says like, I have no idea why I even need this, and the vice versa. Like sometimes businesses or societies, government organizations says we want this, and nobody knows how even to achieve this. So this is how I think one of the ways how we impact on that. Okay, we mastered to interconnect two sides and remove the gap between those two sides. So this is
Oh,
what we do.
okay, Government Blockchain Association. How is the association like?
So one of the goals that we see, okay, in that I see personally, the it's to bring more education to people. Okay, more education about particular domain.
Thank you very much, Mr. Misha, for joining us today on CoinNewsExtra.
Thank you again for having me here.
Okay,
Really
thank
glad
you.
glad to